This is really a topic of hot topic on YouTube and on my page right now. And being a practitioner of Wing Chun and taking from it what I found to be very reasonable and a style that's very workable. And I realize now, looking back, when I was studying Wing Chun, I was studying too many styles at the same time. And when you're studying more than one style, either out of desperation or willing to learn or chasing knowledge or whatever the case may be, it distorts the purity of the style that you're trying to learn. And the way I got into Wing Chun wasn't through a Lap Sao practice or Chai Sao or anything like that. I think Tai Chi has something similar to push hands. But I started with the forms. And on top of the forms, I was studying some, a little bit of Bagua and as I stated in my other videos, a little bit of grappling and some different things. And then I would come in and put the sash on, and do all the Wing Chun, techniques and forms and all that stuff. And, that's a very limited way to learn Wing Chun. The cool thing about it is the way it's set up is it has applications where you actually get out there and you develop your hand skills and your sensitivity with the different drills and trainings around your wrists. And you actually have some stand-up physical combat, and you get a little bit of experience at what the grapplers call stuffing the shot, because if it's a standing art, you need to have the skills to stay standing against wrestlers or different things. The problem I have with Wing Chun, and there are some fantastic Wing Chun instructors out there. When I'm on the road, I always try to find Wing Chun instructors. I always have. I grab a phone book and I just start going through there. And I research everything, ninjutsu, kung fu, grappling. Is there a boxing instructor I could train with just for a day or two and pay the fee and see what I can learn and bring it back home and reschool it. And I think in the best shape I was ever in was when I was studying grappling, because grappling uses the whole body. And I started studying grappling in 97 all the way to almost 2000. Yeah, 2002. So it works your whole body, for one. You learn how to manage your adrenals when somebody's on top of you, somebody way heavier than you. To me, that is defense at its core. I learned how to take punches to the face, which are never fun. And you can only do that for so long. You're going to have a headache. And I kind of go beyond the martial arts sometimes and tell people to ask themselves 3 questions. What's going to happen when somebody bigger or stronger than me is on top of me? Because a stronger force will knock a smaller force down and get on top of you. 2, what happens when my adrenals dump into my bloodstream? Am I going to be able to control myself through the shakes and either submit somebody, turn it around where I can get up and I can run away? And is my head going to be clear? And the third one, what happens when you get punched in the face for the first time? We've all been punched in the gut, but how many times have we all been punched in the face? Those are 3 questions that if your martial art does not answer those 3 questions, which I'll do another blog on that, you might need to find another martial art, because those are reality things. What happens when you get punched in the face? What happens when you get knocked on the ground? Because you're forced standing up. You're going to put everything you've got into the confrontation. Is it going to solve the problem? That's the question. Are you going to tire out? Are you going to be on the ground? And thirdly, your body is set up to defend itself. And the way it does that is it gives you more energy, thusly dumping your adrenals into your bloodstream, which I call the adrenal dump. And on Monday nights at the grappling gym, you could always see the new people coming in. The wrestlers from around the area would come in who were great at controlling their adrenals and their muscle structure and being strong on the ground. But man, when they came up against a submission specialist, they would clean the floor with them. That wasn't me. I never thought I was the greatest grappler in the world. But when you come from the framework I did, where I learned all the positions before I went in there, and I learned some submissions, but they weren't anything like what I got to learn when I was in the grappling school. A lot of Japanese chokes, a lot of chain submissions, arm bars to triangle chokes. I came out of there, the knee bar was my favorite submission. So a lot of great things, but does Wing Chun really work? You know, I think I spend a lot of my time in these videos talking about whether, you know, Wing Chun works or not. I think it does, but I think it takes a long time. And sometimes a fight could be tomorrow. You could get into it with somebody and they jump all over on you. I'm really into the defense arts. I'm not really out there to cause conflict or do things that are going to get me in conflict with people, but some people are, you know, and you don't need to be one of those people. The world is such a short place and there's so much to learn. But if you're looking for a methodology to learn Wing Chun, go in and learn all the forms, and then hit the Cha Sao hard and the Lat Sao and all that stuff hard, and then see how that applies to an art that you're already very proficient in. But if you're studying Wing Chun, don't study anything else. You know, find out for yourself if you think it works. And you might be pleasantly surprised. There may be some things in there for you. I hope you guys are doing well. Check all my other videos. I've got Does Wing Chun, Why People Hate Wing Chun 1 and 2, How Would Bruce Lee Do in the UFC. I ask tons of questions. I've got different diets that I think that work for the martial artist. So I think Wing Chun works, but I don't think people have 7 or 8 years to go through all the wooden man dummy forms. And if you'll look into my Bruce Lee videos, one of the first things he did was build his own prototype of the wooden dummy and his own equipment, where he said, I'm a reality-based fighter. I want to see my students succeed, and they don't have 8 years to learn something. Wing Chun's a beautiful art. It has nice energy gathering properties to it, similar to Tai Chi. And I do think it works, but I think most people think it doesn't work and they don't have 8 years. Ken Shamrock had a phrase one time in the UFC. He said within 6 months, a fighter could become very proficient in grappling. And that's because the components are there. They get hit. They learn how to take people down. They learn how to submit them. That's it. When you stop a fight with submission and the fight is over, or you keep locking the person's arm up or their leg or their heel or their ankle until they say, I can't take any more. You climb off of them and you move on. You know, they're not going to want to tangle with you again. If they do, you're going to tie them up again with your pummeling. You're going to take them to the ground, hopefully, if you're any level of fighter, and you're going to end the fight. Unfortunately, I don't know if Wing Chun does that effectively. And I'm going to keep pursuing my arts, and I'm going to keep studying Wing Chun and bringing you guys great videos. So I hope you guys are doing well and have a blessed day.